Out with the old and in with the new. The no neutral required. Well, it's not my thing, but it was a good price. For those who wonder, electricity can be dangerous, lead to serious injuries, property damage, or death. Looks like they pinched the wire there. Consult with a licensed electrician and do not attempt anything you see on this video. Let's have a close look at this. It's some old wire from the 50s. No wire nuts, just twist, solder, and tape. The neutral's all taped up. With the dimmer off, one of these two has to tick. Sometimes the old electrical tape can lose its insulation properties. It looks like someone... No. This joint can't be good either. The old dimmer was good, but its replacement will keep up with the times. I'm testing for ground. Today's my lucky day. The steel's grounded. That steel box definitely needs a 1032 tap. This'll help get the ground screw going. Not every electrical box has the same wiring, voltage, or scenario that is seen here. Keep in mind that the least suspected is always near. It's easier to turn off the power. Messing with energized hard lines can cause voltage spikes, damaging sensitive electronic equipment. A little cutting oil and it's tap time. I always start slow on these. And careful not to drill through the other side of the wall. It's not the best spot, but it'll do. I'm borrowing the green from this tri-wire to make a pigtail. Like the length of a linesman, this wire stripper's long handles have a good cutting leverage. It can cut small nails, it can cut screws, it has a crimper, and lanyard support. It's how they used to do it. Let's have a look at the neutral. You know, I just don't think that... yeah. And no. The leftover paper, it bothers me. This might not be the best way to... Oh well. It held up for 65 years, but it doesn't fit the standards. Some more of that tri-wire. Wait, why are you pre-twist? You're supposed to use a... No! I'm kidding. Wire nuts, wing nuts, twisters, Proflex stretch, and the spring inside helps with the expansion and contraction, ensuring that the bond stays tight. There's more surface contact. They cost less. And there's less resistance. Yep, I was expecting this. In some places, it was customary to wrap the ground wire around the cable, then bonding it to the steel with the NM clamp. This is non-compliant, so I'm going to gently unravel this old 16 gauge wire. Some use a greeny wire nut for ground. Some use a crimp sleeve. Some use a push connector or a lever connector. I'll be using a twister. The colors and sizes of wire nuts seem confusing to the inexperienced, and some that live in a different time zone who claim to live in the future. Because the coil inside wire nuts cannot be made transparent, I prefer pre-twisting to inspect that the wires are well bonded before I fasten my twister. The manufacturers have been telling us for years that pre-twisting is not necessary, but acceptable. It says no neutral required, so I'll save this neutral for the future. This wiring device already has a tail, so we don't need this pigtail. And the shiplap needs to be shielded. If the box is recessed more than 1/4 of an inch, it's going to need an extender. Alexa, lights on.